department think that it is problematic that these oversights or omissions were made in the first place? And have you asked for an explanation?
A couple. I don't know the answer to the second question, but to your first question, I wouldn't automatically assume that. I don't think anyone should assume that it was.
All right, our friend Maria Harf is back, folks. Welcome to Give Me Five on this Friday. Once again, no answer to the questions being asked. This is about Hillary Clinton and the foreign donations, and did it break regulations? We know now that a subsidiary arm of the Clinton Foundation took foreign donations, didn't report it. Does the State Department consider that a violation? You'd think there would be clear-cut answers to clear-cut questions regarding the former Secretary of State. But you know better than that. Here's more.
As I said, if there were things that should have been submitted that weren't, we obviously would have appreciated the opportunity to review them per the MOU. But I am also not going to recreate history and sort of recreate the facts at the time about how a review would have played out if they had been. So I don't want to automatically assume that it would be problematic.
No.
Or that it was problematic.
Right. We can't assume that it's problematic and history and played out, and we can't assume, and I don't want to say it's problematic, but if it was problematic, and I don't know the answer to that question, oh my goodness, it is a sham. It is a disgrace, but it just feeds into the invincibility of Hillary Clinton. Even the State Department, especially the State Department, won't dare to take her to task for the irregularities during her time as Secretary of State. It is a travesty. And where are the Republicans on this? Where? More.
The question isn't whether the actual specific donations were problematic, because you don't know, because they were never submitted to you for approval or disapproval.
And I don't think you should, not you, but people
I'm not assuming anything,
that's
but
why they weren't
isn't
submitted.
that in itself, the fact that this happened, problematic? Or maybe it's not, I don't know.
I don't have much more for you on this. I know there's a lot of reports coming out. I'm sure we'll be talking about this much more in the coming days and weeks.
Oh, sure, we'll be talking about it, and you'll be saying you have to ask the White House, and the White House will say you have to ask the State Department, and the State Department will say you have to talk to Hillary, and Hillary won't talk. So that's how it's going to be for the next days and weeks. Are you kidding me? More.
You say that this was a voluntary, this was undertaken voluntarily, but I mean, it was undertaken voluntarily only because she wanted the job, and she might not have gotten confirmed by the Senate had it not. That's not really voluntary, is it?
I'm happy for you to talk to her or to
okay, but I just want
other folks on that about why she undertook.
Yeah, I'd be happy for you to talk to her about that. Could you set that up? No. Don't you love it? This is nothing. It's a question and answer about nothing. It's not about nothing, but it gains no answers. More.
Has the State Department, to which these things were supposed to be reported, and maybe they weren't supposed to be reported, I don't know, because my understanding was that that it only applied to, at least in terms of the foundation, to government, foreign governments giving money, and that individuals...
Any new donations or substantial increases, too. So nothing ongoing. So I think...
But that individual donations and donations from charitable organizations were not required to be reported.
I think there's been some question about what was supposed to and what wasn't, and so I'm trying to get a little more for you on that, because I understand the importance of the questions, and I don't want to misspeak here. So in general, that's why I sort of said where our thinking is on this, and if we have more to share, I'm happy to do so.
Yeah, she's happy to do so, but she won't have more to share. But she would be happy to do so if she had it. One more.
Whether or not the actual donations were problematic or not isn't the fact that they weren't disclosed problematic. You say that you would have liked to have, you would have appreciated it, you would have welcomed it had it happened, but it didn't happen. Right. So is that a problem for the department, and are you asking for some kind of an explanation?
I just don't have much more for you on this today.
Yeah, well, maybe tomorrow, or maybe the next day, or maybe never. We hope this goes away. We won't dare talk about Hillary and her agreement with the White House and the State Department. We just don't know. Pathetic, pathetic on the Steve Malzberg Show.